Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. The NFL world is buzzing with a move that could reshape the entire defensive landscape of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and whispers have been growing louder for weeks before the confirmation finally dropped. BUDDA Baker is officially joining Pittsburgh. From the moment this rumor surfaced, fans and analysts alike have been dissecting what this could mean for a defense that has long prided itself on toughness, physicality, and resilience. Baker isn't just any player. He is a proven leader with instincts that border on precognition, and his presence in the Steelers' secondary could elevate the unit from solid to downright terrifying. Imagine a defense where every snap is met with calculated aggression and near-perfect anticipation. That is exactly what Baker brings. Even before the official announcement, insiders hinted at clandestine meetings, contract negotiations handled with meticulous strategy, and a clear vision from the Steelers' front office that they weren't just acquiring talent. They were acquiring a linchpin. Fans have already begun debating on forums, imagining Baker lining up against elite quarterbacks, reading their eyes, and breaking up crucial plays. It's not just about interceptions or tackles. It's about the ripple effect his leadership could have across the locker room, inspiring younger players while simultaneously challenging veterans to elevate their game. The speculation surrounding Baker's move intensified when reports suggested that the Steelers' defensive coordinator had personally lobbied for his acquisition, emphasizing how critical his skill set would be for the evolving scheme. Analysts have pointed out that Baker's versatility is unmatched. He can patrol the deep field with ease, close gaps against the run, and make sideline-to-sideline tackles that few safeties in the league can replicate. This isn't a simple addition, it's a statement. Steelers fans are now imagining a defense that doesn't just react, but dictates the flow of the game. A defense where offensive coordinators hesitate before calling plays. Inside sources have hinted at closed-door meetings where Baker's impact was discussed in granular detail, considering not only his physical skills, but also his football IQ and vocal presence. There's a sense that the Steelers are aiming for more than just short-term improvement. They want a foundational leader, someone who can instill a mindset of dominance that permeates every level of the team. Speculation even points to Baker influencing off-season training regimens, mentoring rookie defenders, and collaborating with coaches to implement strategies that could redefine the team's identity for years to come. Rumors are also swirling about the ripple effect Baker's arrival could have on the Steelers' defensive culture. Historically, Pittsburgh has thrived on unity, toughness, and a next-man-up mentality, but insiders suggest Baker could infuse a new layer of strategic sophistication. Imagine a locker room where every player feels both challenged and inspired, where communication is instantaneous, and every defensive play is executed with surgical precision. Some reports even speculate that the acquisition may lead to positional adjustments, with players shifting responsibilities to maximize Baker's unique skill set. The narrative is growing. This isn't just a signing. It's a potential revolution in how Pittsburgh approaches defense. Fans have begun constructing theoretical lineups, projecting Baker's influence on coverage schemes, blitz packages, and even special teams. The excitement is palpable, with local media speculating that rival teams might already be recalibrating their offensive strategies in response to Baker's addition. Even casual followers are catching on, sensing that Pittsburgh could be building something more than just a good defense. They could be assembling a unit that strikes fear across the league. Adding fuel to the fire is the speculation about the personal impact Baker might have in Pittsburgh. Reports suggest that he has a magnetic presence off the field, fostering mentorship and accountability among teammates. This could be particularly transformative for the Steelers' young secondary, which has shown flashes of brilliance but struggled with consistency. Imagine a scenario where rookies are learning directly from Baker during practices, absorbing his preparation techniques, film study habits, and on-field adjustments in real time. Analysts are already theorizing about how Baker's influence might extend beyond defense, perhaps contributing to overall team leadership, locker room cohesion, and even setting a tone for the coaching staff. Insider sources hint at brainstorming sessions where Baker's input on defensive philosophy could shape play calling, personnel rotations, and situational strategy, potentially giving Pittsburgh an edge that extends far beyond mere athleticism. This speculation, whether fully accurate or slightly exaggerated, paints a picture of a transformative presence, a player who doesn't just play football, but fundamentally elevates everyone around him. The timing of Baker's arrival has also become a major point of intrigue. Speculation suggests that the Steelers may have deliberately orchestrated this acquisition to coincide with strategic roster shifts, anticipating opponent tendencies and aligning their defensive reinforcements for maximum impact. Observers are suggesting that Pittsburgh is sending a message. This is a team intent on building a defensive identity centered around anticipation, aggression, and leadership. Some insiders have hinted that Baker's contract negotiations were as much about his intangible contributions as his measurable stats, implying that his influence in meetings, film sessions, and practice drills was a decisive factor. Fans are already envisioning the chain reaction. Baker's leadership elevates the secondary. The defensive line gains confidence knowing the back end is secure, and the entire defense begins to operate like a single, cohesive unit. Even without seeing him on the field yet, the mere speculation of his presence is enough to shift expectations, creating a sense of optimism and excitement among supporters who have long desired a game-changing figure in the heart of their defense. Of course, with speculation comes debate, and Pittsburgh fans are not shy about expressing their expectations and concerns. Some theorists argue that integrating Baker's style with the existing personnel could present challenges, sparking questions about scheme adjustments and communication dynamics. Yet, the overarching narrative suggests that the positives outweigh any potential friction. Imagining Baker commanding the secondary, orchestrating coverage, and mentoring emerging talents paints a vision of a defense that could dominate league matchups. Rumors abound about potential shifts in practice strategies, film study routines, and even game day rotations, all pointing to a meticulous approach designed to capitalize on Baker's unique skill set. Whether every speculation comes true remains uncertain, but the narrative is already taking hold. BUDDA BAKER in Pittsburgh is more than a signing. It's a potential turning point, a beacon of leadership and defensive excellence that could reverberate through the organization for years. The buzz isn't stopping with the announcement itself. Rumors suggest that Baker's arrival could trigger a cascade of adjustments throughout the Steelers roster, sparking speculation about trade possibilities, free agent acquisitions, and positional experimentation. Analysts are theorizing that Baker's versatility could allow Pittsburgh to implement complex coverage schemes previously considered too ambitious, with hybrid formations that confuse opposing quarterbacks and disrupt defensive rhythm. Some insiders hint at potential collaborations with the coaching staff on defensive play design, suggesting that Baker's football IQ could directly influence strategic planning. Even the fan base is speculating on intangible benefits: locker room culture, accountability, and the fostering of a mindset that prioritizes anticipation and discipline. The conversation has expanded beyond what Baker does on the field to how he might shape the very philosophy of Pittsburgh defense. Enthusiasts are already theorizing scenarios where the Steelers become a team that doesn't just react, but dictates the flow of games, with Baker as the linchpin. Some speculate that this could impact off-season training programs, rookie development, and even special team strategy. The overarching narrative is clear. Acquiring Baker isn't merely a roster decision. It could be a cultural and strategic shift that positions Pittsburgh as a formidable force for seasons to come. Even more speculation revolves around how BUDDA BAKER's leadership could redefine individual roles within the secondary. Observers suggest that players previously considered role specialists may now expand their responsibilities, adapting to a dynamic environment orchestrated by Baker's presence. Rumors also highlight how opposing teams may already be adjusting their offensive strategies in anticipation of Baker's instincts, hinting at a ripple effect across the league. Analysts theorize that his ability to read plays, anticipate movements, and communicate effectively could free up linebackers and defensive linemen to act with greater aggression, knowing that the back end is fortified. This domino effect is fueling speculation that Pittsburgh's defensive philosophy could shift toward proactive, high-pressure schemes that challenge conventional play calling. Off-the-field reports even hint at Baker's potential influence on team meetings, film sessions, and mentoring programs, positioning him as more than a player. He could become a cornerstone of Pittsburgh's defensive identity. Fans are already envisioning an era defined by precision, discipline, and relentless pursuit of the football, with Baker at the center of it all. The speculation, whether fully grounded or partially imaginative, paints a vivid picture. The Steelers may have just secured the defensive leader they have long sought. Sources close to the organization have fueled further intrigue by hinting at behind-the-scenes negotiations that emphasize Baker's expected role in shaping team culture. Speculation suggests that his influence could extend beyond the field, providing guidance in high-pressure situations and helping younger players navigate the complexities of professional football. Analysts have debated how such an addition could recalibrate Pittsburgh's defensive strategy, with some predicting more aggressive blitz packages, dynamic zone coverages, and a communication network that reacts in real time to opposing offenses. Rumors also indicate that Baker's presence might indirectly impact the draft strategy, influencing selections based on his skill set and ability to mentor incoming talent. Fans are speculating wildly, envisioning scenarios where every level of the defense, from the secondary to the line, operates with enhanced cohesion and intelligence, creating a unit that is difficult to penetrate. The conversation is expanding beyond mere player acquisition into the realm of organizational transformation, making Baker's arrival a topic of league-wide fascination. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The excitement is amplified by speculation about how Baker will mesh with the Steelers' existing leadership. Analysts predict that the synergy between Baker and veteran players could create a culture of accountability, intensity, and mentorship that extends throughout the roster. Rumors hint at practice sessions being revolutionized, with Baker's approach influencing technique, positioning, and situational awareness across the defense. Fans imagine a team where every defensive snap is calculated, communication is instantaneous, and mistakes are minimized thanks to Baker's oversight. This speculation paints a picture of a unit that doesn't just execute plays, it anticipates them, adjusts in real time, and imposes its will on opponents. Some insiders even suggest that Baker's impact could extend to special teams and situational play, further broadening his influence. The narrative taking shape is that Pittsburgh may have just acquired a player whose contributions transcend statistics, whose presence could redefine the team's defensive philosophy, and whose leadership might leave a lasting imprint for years. Finally, speculation continues to mount about the potential long-term effects of BUDDA Baker's arrival in Pittsburgh. Analysts and insiders are envisioning a domino effect, where his leadership not only strengthens the secondary, but elevates the entire defense into a cohesive, intimidating unit. Rumors suggest that Baker's presence could encourage younger players to accelerate their development, foster more aggressive defensive schemes, and influence game planning in ways that ripple throughout the season. Fans are theorizing that this could mark the beginning of a new defensive era, one defined by anticipation, discipline, and relentless pursuit of excellence, with Baker at its core. Even without seeing the first snap, the narrative is already crystallizing. Pittsburgh's defensive identity is evolving, and BUDDA Baker may be the catalyst that transforms speculation into reality, positioning the Steelers as a team that could challenge opponents not just physically, but strategically and psychologically, game after game. Finally, the speculative narrative around Davante Adams joining the Steelers seems to take on a life of its own, with fans and analysts imagining countless scenarios in which the team dominates on offense and rewrites the AFC hierarchy. The rumor feeds into larger discussions about team identity, offensive philosophy, and the potential for cultural transformation, painting a picture of a franchise poised to make a bold statement. Theories abound about how Adams' presence could unlock opportunities for emerging talent, influence coaching strategies, and shift the league's competitive balance. Even casual observers are captivated, drawn into debates about how a single signing could dramatically alter the trajectory of a team with a storied history. Social media buzz continues to amplify the speculation, with highlight compilations, tactical breakdowns, and fan-made projections illustrating the enormous potential impact of this rumored acquisition. Whether or not it comes to fruition, the narrative surrounding Adams in black and gold has already created excitement, debate, and endless possibilities for storytelling, ensuring that Pittsburgh's fans and the entire NFL are watching closely, eager to see how this story unfolds, and imagining a season in which the Steelers' offense reaches unprecedented heights, fueled by one of the game's most dominant and electrifying wide receivers. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.